she's being milked now. And the robot expects her to give 18.4 liters. And she gave almost 4 liters by now. So it will take a while before she's finished. And when she's finished, she will get sprayed with a Yodium kind of stuff to make the holes close of the tips, and then she will be pushed out. And then the robot is ready for the next cow.
How long does it take approximately per cow?
Sorry?
How long does it take approximately per cow to milk a cow?
8 minutes? A little bit more maybe?
8 minutes.
Well, a bit more. Depends on how much she gives, of course. But
And each cow is milked how many times per day?
we are on an average of 2.3 times a day. But it can be a lot higher, but then again, of course, we are doing a lot of experiments with the cows as well. Especially now with the grazing, it's even a little bit lower. But it's the minimum of 2 times a day. Yes. So we collect them to be milked at least 2 times a day.
And the machine, there's no limitation on number of times the cow
Sorry?
is at. There's no limitation on the number of times the cow is allowed to be milked.
Yes, there is a limit. I believe it's set on 3 times a day because we have some young cows. They come over 100 times a day. We had a student. She was observing the cows from upside the bridge, and they watched the cow just walking round and round through the waiting area, and then in again, and in again, and in again. She came through the robot 100 times a day. So that was, yeah.
I can imagine.
So she tried, but it didn't work. So no, there's absolutely a maximum.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can tell that the cows were just collected from the fields because it's very busy now in the waiting area.
They're waiting.
Yes.
They're on the line. So
That's an area where they can only walk in, but they won't be able to walk out unless they go through the robot.
Oh.
So they always have to go through the robot once they are inside this area.
So when they are out, they don't come that much by themselves.
No, that's yes, that's one of the points. That's a bit the discussion that we have with the researchers from the grazing experiment, because that's actually very dynamic research, because you are depending on so much different factoren. So like the last few days we had so much rain that we had to call them and tell them we have to keep them inside because we can't put them outside. It's just not possible. And so therefore it's always a back and forward between the researchers and the people that work here, because of course they see the paddock every day and they see what the cows do, or if they do or don't come back. And some cows stay outside the barn directly, just wait, they won't go to the paddock. So sometimes we have to learn them as well, and yeah, so it's always different with.
It's very difficult for the robot to keep up with now. But now there's a traffic jam, and it takes a while to get rid of this. And then
we had to change the amount of time that they were outside, because we had to limit that, because otherwise they were too long outside, and the robot didn't have enough time to catch up with the whole milking. Because of course that's not what you try to achieve with robot milking. You want them to keep their natural behavior by coming to the robot whenever they feel like it, and by forcing them to go outside. And of course the whole idea behind that they can choose for themselves is a little bit difficult. Now he's removing the cups, at least one of them. That's the nice thing about a robot, that you can get the cups off separately. You don't have to keep the whole machine hanging on like that you do in a normal milking pilot. I think that's the big advantage of seeing it from a milker's point of view, because in fact it's my concurrent. But yeah, no, I think that's a very nice thing about the robot.
How many liters?
And you can tell the cow's name as well. It says here, that's her number. Her name is Evil.
Yvonne.
Huh? No, Evil.
Ah, Evo. I'm like.
I don't know. I don't think it's really a girl's name, but
Yeah.
so there's 2 more tits that have to be milked.
Okay.
The extra numbers are from the students who observed the cows in the paddocks. They had very bad weather last week. They were sitting in the rain and with the rain jackets and umbrella and all. I felt so sorry for them. Almost finished now. Waiting is always long when you're waiting for something to happen.